Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, as we wait for the players, we have ideal conditions here at Spa. So, obviously, I don't think there would be any heroics going down into turn 1 unless you're Pastor Maldonado or the person who caused that very huge incident at Las Vegas back in 2018, where Fernando Alonso was taken out for the second time and bounced off Charles Leclerc's Alfa Romeo at the time. But yeah, crowd is looking very energized and motivated, and I'd like to discuss let's discuss a bit of strategy right now. But yeah, let us just wait it out, ladies and gentlemen, as the clock eventually would wind down. The players are getting ready. Most of, let us see, we have a mix of tire compounds. Mostly are have taken on the medium tires. The ideal condition, in my opinion, is medium to half soft. As the five lights go out and the cookie crumbles, and here we go, green light racing at Spa-Francorchamps. It's lights out and away we go. Radha Gupta gets a good start, but Quick Killer has already overtaken him as they go down to Los Angeles, and he has taken the inside line. And there's a spin. There's a massive spin. Quick Killer has dropped down, Radha Gupta has dropped down, lost position, and loads of chaos here at turn 1. People are losing debris all over the track, and we have a virtual safety car, and Sid Venkatesh has received a 5-second time penalty. Mega start, ladies and gentlemen, as we go down to rattle onto Rouge. But the big fact of the matter is the McLaren has been taken out, and now we have a full safety car. Oh man, that tussle between Radha Gupta and Quick Killer's Mercedes obviously won't help matters, and we have a very Spa 2018 like incident which has just transpired here, with the Ferrari having taken a front runner in the name of Radha Gupta, and now Shooter is going to lead, and Fox Racing has retired already. The weekend for McLaren has gone from bad to worse, ladies and gentlemen. But now, oh man, that was some really aggressive action going down to La Source. I have no idea what actually went down here due to the coverage today, but yeah, that I won't be caught dead in that all that action, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I took up the commentator job. But yeah, really sad day to be a McLaren or Mercedes fan. The favorite Quick Killer has dropped down from P2 to P11. 9 positions has been lost, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously Radha Gupta and all that tussle took the inside. Yeah, he took the inside line, and it just didn't capitalize in the result that he would have wanted, as eventually we'll have the safety car pulled around. 22 laps of pure racing action, and already we have our first major controversy. Some positions have just switched up from P10 to P11, and I believe Prabhaldeep has lost his front wing, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, there was a lot of debris, a lot of car parts which were being lost going down to the first sector, as Hirschman and Prabhaldeep, they have come into the pits along with Sid Venkatesh. Alright, plentiful of cars currently pitting right now. Hirsch has pitted, Sid Venkatesh, Prabhaldeep, Prometheus and Jishnu. Alright, and I think he would be trying to serve his penalty right now, as the crews were waiting out for him for around 5 seconds. A new front wing to go along. He will be able to catch up to the pack, so I don't think much has been lost so far. But man, that was some controversy which just transpired in front of us, ladies and gentlemen, as the McLaren and the Haas are too close for comfort right now. Hopefully it's the safety car period, so they just don't end up getting brake checked out of nowhere. But ladies and gentlemen, Wicked Vicky has gone from P17 to P7. Massive gains for the Alfa Romeo, even though he had a terrible qualifying session. So I believe the Wicked Vicky might be trying to make sure that he gets the optimal result in the Alfa Romeo. But yeah, it just might be the day that Ferrari fans can cheer. At least the virtual Ferrari fans might cheer. But who am I to complain, ladies and gentlemen, as we just carry along with the person who might be eventually be called to the steward room. Hasn't been penalized for the action which went down when the race obviously started. But yeah, you have to be very, very careful during the safety car period. At least if you have pitted, a lot of time to warm up your tires as we go back to racing conditions. as we see a little switch of positions between P2 and P3. I don't know what just happened here. Well, might be just someone would have just gone wide here. But yeah, that was a mess which had happened. Currently, let us see who have pitted. Hirsch, probably Prometheus, and Venkatesh have pitted so far. They have switched on to 1 lap pressure mediums. But I don't think would be making much of a difference thanks to the safety car. But yeah, man, ladies and gentlemen, huge repercussions which took place right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us just walk through what just happened. So, 5 cars have pitted. One of our favorites went down all the way out of the top 10, has recovered due to the pit stops to back to P8. So, Quickler will be on the hunt so far, and he would be right behind Wicked Vicky. We'll be trying to make sure that he just somehow catches the Alfa Romeo, as DRS would be activated around 3 laps after the safety car comes in. But man, that was some intense action. And look, behold, it's a beautiful Aston Martin safety car that, well, you know, while it awakens some flashbacks, bad flashbacks for me, it's still a pretty beautiful car in my opinion. Just that Vantage and entire line of Aston Martins. I'm a huge fan due to the James Bond movie, and all that action might be just be able to satisfy even my soul. But yeah, man, well, I think these guys are going for a very cinematic race today. Only 3 laps in out of 22 laps so far, and the safety car might come in this time. I have no idea. Race control has not dictated it, as the field has bunched up. It's been bunched up for quite a while at this point. But yeah, Shooter has the opportunity to come out as emerge as a new winner in our league, and we sent the Ferrari fans into absolute raptures in my opinion. And yeah, finally safety car in this lap. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time for the Ferrari. Alright, we have a small repercussion drive-through penalty for Hirsch, who is overtaking. What the hell? That is some criminal behavior, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, the Aston Martin has bolted away already, has taken a lot of positions out of nowhere, and he is going to get penalized for it, for ignoring yellow flags. As alright, what are you guys cooking, Aston Martin, as he slows down massively and comes into the pits, and he'll have to serve. But alright, Aston Martin is a huge fan of his own Aston Martin safety car, as he has come into, and we have a safety car situation yet again, and he has quitted. Are we racing? Still yellow flags in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. But the Ferrari has bolted away. All that controversy has been caused by the Aston Martin, and he might not be happy with the results. But they are going to have to rattle on up to Eau Rouge, and there's a massive crash. Shoot has crashed to the right barriers. Oh, what is happening? Oh, a very controversial race is taking place in front of us, ladies and gentlemen, and I believe we have a second safety car. Jesus Christ, what is happening today? It's like pandemonium. Now them Raptors retired, and now Jagdesh is getting a time penalty. Guys, come on, in the spirit of racing, at least try to give a clean and proper show, as Aradhya Gupta now again leads, and we are back to status quo, and Shooter has... Alright, now the Ferrari fans won't be happy with that. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I do know that Aradhya Gupta was approaching. Might be that he might have depart in those collisions, but that is up to the stewards in my opinion, as he tries to navigate his way. Strange set of circumstances are we getting to see, ladies and gentlemen. And now we have to wait yet 3 other laps. Alright, well, Radha Gupta, loads of time for you to rest, as all that scuffle with the yellow flags and no green flag conditions with the Aston Martin, following it with the Aston Martin, and then the retiring of Shooter is, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we may have a controversial race at our hands, as Radha Gupta dives down into the pits along with Noble Carter. And Shrikant Das will now take up the lead, followed by Deadly Mosquito. Do we see some kind of a damage? Yeah, we can obviously see that there is a front wing change, so there was contact, I believe, between the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Pretty controversial race, and he has to relinquish his P1 to the Williams. So now we have a very intriguing set of circumstances, ladies and gentlemen. Williams is going to lead a modern Formula 1 Grand Prix. Noble Carter has switched on to the softs, Arakuta has switched on to yet other sets of mediums. Jishnu has set off to soft tires. I don't think they would last as long, so yeah, a better bet would be to go for another safety car, or would have just switched on to soft tires, because you have to create a lot of gap. And Jagdish is now, alright, a very intriguing set of positions that the Red Bulls now find themselves in. Jagdish slowly navigates out of the pit lane and now would be trying to bunch up to the rest of the pack. Lots of time for you, my friend. But yeah, what is happening today? As we can see, Williams currently of Srikantas leading the Mercedes Deadly Mosquito. And now let us just sit back and relax. I wish I would have had a person to accompany me today here on comms, but yeah, that strange set of circumstances. Oh man, I believe what would their reaction may have been at that time. But while we're on the topic of Aston Martins, should we just talk about their legacy? Alright, what do we know about the Aston Martins? James Bond movies. There have been loads of James Bond movies over the course of the last 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 10s and 20s. That's 7 decades of history right there. You know, I was a huge James Bond fan back in the day, and I remember I used to make all these charts detailing who was the Bond actor at that time. Some good days. Hey, it might be if I put my brain enough while we are in the course of the safety car, it might be possible for me to just start to recount the release years and the movies. Alright, how shall we take it? Alright, okay, I don't think much is happening so far. We have yet another pit stop with Jishnu's Alpine. Well, Jishnu, you were in the forefront. Did you have some kind of damage, my friend? I don't think so. You have switched on to the medium tires. At the beginning of the race, ladies and gentlemen, I was just discussing what would be the optimal strategy of Spa-Francorchamps when the people race there in ideal conditions. So in my opinion, would have been to start from the mediums and then go on to the hards, and over the course of 44 laps, of course. Maybe pit with the tire degradation at that time and the data that I have collected over the past few months, you would have taken the mediums for a plus 20 stint and then switched on to the hard tires for the remaining duration. And maybe if you have a good enough margin, just switch on to the softs. That's for 44 laps of maybe the winning strategy, because Spa is usually a two-stopper race in my opinion, especially with these cars that we are running in real life. And now Tembu Raptor has retired from the race. He was just a casualty in the AlphaTauri, but yeah, already we have lost Shoot Raptor, Tembu, Hirsch and Fox Racing. under very strange circumstances, and we have a bunch of people who would be going for their first win. But Radhik Gupta and Jagdish, the Red Bulls, have drawn down to P11, P12. His main rival Quick Killer has recovered up to P5, but obviously I don't think he has pitted so far. Who knows? Anything might happen. From Prabal Deep to Jishnu, everyone has pitted, and Jishnu has taken a massive amount of stress stops in the race so far. It's lap 6 and already on this new medium tires, having made 3 stops in total. So yeah, I think we have enough time. So let me just... okay, I don't get to enthrall you people in my James Bond knowledge, but yeah, let us see if I can recall. So the first one was Dr. No, From Russia with Love, then Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, then that was George Lazenby. Then I believe Sean Connery returned with Diamonds Are Forever, then got replaced by Roger Moore in Live and Let Die. Man with a Golden Gun was his second movie. Spy Who Loved Me was a prequel to Moonraker. And yeah, alright, finally we are back to business, ladies and gentlemen. The Williams of Shrikant Das has just bolted away as he approaches the corner, and I think we just might have a peaceful green flag racing conditions. No theatrics going down to the first corner. Please, I don't want to see any more incidents happening now, as I believe everyone will be able to make the transition perfectly, as now Deadly Mosquito is starting to lag behind, already 8 tenths of a difference, and now Jagdish has retired from the session. What is going on with the Red Bulls today? But luckily he came down to pits and tried, so obviously we won't have a third successive safety car, ladies and gentlemen, as we have 3 people vying for P2 position. Deadly Mosquito followed by Raman, followed by Wicked Vicky, and I believe Quick Kill has fallen off as Deadly Mosquito makes the transition over Lecombs as he makes the move again. Now, alright, he lost the position to Raman. That's sad, ladies and gentlemen. And now, alright, so very close, almost wheel to wheel, takes him over the curb, and now Deadly Mosquito and Quick Killer finds themselves, each of them side by side, as Raman and Wicked Vicky have taken the occasion to just challenge him over the green flag racing conditions, and now the Mercedes will be trying to battle. But I think Deadly Mosquito has become some kind of a sitting duck, ladies and gentlemen. He is not putting up a fight with his own teammates, neither did he put up a fight with his other competitors in Raman and Wicked Vicky. But now Shrikant Das will be trying to defend from Raman, and with Wicked Vicky is following close behind, and we have some kind of instant happening. Oh no, okay, I think we are safe so far. But now, yeah, Shrikant Das have to be very well aware not to step over the line. And now it's full pedal to the metal as people would try to exchange the fastest lap point. But we are just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 8 of 22 with Raman trying to hunt down Shrikant Das. We have a new winner after all, ladies and gentlemen. With Quick Killer following close behind. Deadly Mosquito is falling off massively because he is yet to come into the pits. I believe, my friend, you would have tried to change onto the hard tires during the safety car period, but yeah, oh man, too bad. But yeah, soon you'll be having company with Dante Adams in his Alfa Romeo, currently chasing you down from P6, but already off by 3 seconds. I think he might be himself be a sitting duck, as we have a switching of position. Arhad is trying to bolt over from Noble Carter, and he is trying to make a recovery because, yeah, as we have seen, I think his only rival might be Jishnu in the Alpine, because every other driver are yet to come into the pits, and that is a deficit enough to make sure that you can already overtake them while they come inside. That's what she said. Alright, that was some bad joke as Jishnu comes a little too close to comfort, going down the sector 2 right-hander, but Dante Adams is defending for all his might but doesn't have an answer. Alright, or might be in the opposite case, because he is defending for all his life, but it's only a matter of time because these tires are very fresh in my opinion, my friend. But yeah, You might be able to get your elbows out, try to make sure that only 5 laps difference, but yeah, I think it's a plenty difference to make that transition. And now there might be the time to start not stop counting your hens, as we have our DR's activation alert by race control, and now Quick Killer has taken the fastest lap, currently flying into Mercedes so far. But yeah, our main battle, Radha Gupta is currently trying to hunt these people down right now. He's currently driving on 4 lap old tires, while Quick Killer might be relatively slower, 8 lap old tires yet to come into the pits. And obviously he will be getting that DRS advantage, and I don't think Dante Adams might be having much of a prayer, might be having a Hakkinen moment as he makes the jump over Dante Adams so far as they go down to Lake. Oh, but he has come back and sends Radha Gupta over the curves. Oh man, playing dirty Dante Adams. But yeah, unfortunately he has been losing a lot of pace, because and now might be the correct indication to just come into the pits and try to ensure that there's another safety car might be able to help your case, my friend. But yeah, he has fallen off already, and Radha Gupta has bolted away and will be again try to make a move on Jishnu. But we have a massive battle going down as Raman now is trying to make a look down the Williams of Srikantas so far, as they head down. I believe eventually the first DRS zoom over the start finish line will be activated. Might be possible that the AlphaTauri might be able to challenge the Williams, because we have a massive battle coming up as they all ran to the spin. Srikantas has spun. Oh, what have you done, Raman? You tagged him from behind, and that will not go down well with the people who are monitoring this race, my friend. You have messed up, and now Quick Killer inherits the lead from Raman. Oh man, massive turn of events right there, aren't they? Oh man, that was just they went in theatrics going down the bus stop chicane, and unfortunately it hasn't paid off. Srikantas must be mad furious, and Frank Williams might be turning in his grave right now, as with the help of DRS, Raman takes his lead from Quick Killer as they go down to Lecombs. No theatrics there, please, ladies and gentlemen. But the Mercedes is hunting down with the yellow T-cam. What do you figure? Come on, Quick Killer. Obviously, Quick Killer, I think he's a Hamilton fan, I believe, and I might be trying to vouch for his win, obviously. Well, Team LH, whom are we judging, right? But yeah, currently AlphaTauri would be trying for all his might to defend against the upcoming Mercedes. Might be try to have a look, but on the same set of tires, same lap old tires on equal performance settings, anything is possible. But currently we are seeing that Radha Gupta and Srikantas, they are locked into tight battle for the position of P4, and now Dante Adams has retired. What happened? And now we have another safety car. Oh man. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now this is very intriguing, a very interesting position, because now Raman, Quick Killer, Wicked Vicky and Deadly Mosquito now get the opportunity to come into the pits, switch on to the long lasting medium tires with only 12 laps to go, and they have to make a compound switch, obviously. But yeah, might be able to take a gamble and switch on to the soft tires instead. As Quick Killer, Raman already, they are diving down into the pits. Our Wicked Vicky coming into the pits. Radha Gupta has decided to stay out, ladies and gentlemen. He has decided to stay out and inherit the lead that he lost infamously. With Noble Garden, the Aston Martin following right behind him, the hard tires would be lasting. And alright, are we having rain conditions? They have switched on to intermediate tires. I didn't notice at the time, but I believe rain is starting to be visible, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have mixed conditions today here at Spa-Francorchamps. Oh man, intriguing set of circumstances, I believe. And yeah, as Prabal has crossed over, he's not going to make that switch to intermediate tires, and I think it totally went by me. I wasn't noticing. I believe it's a broadcast camera right now for me, where I wasn't able to deduce. But yeah, Radha Gupta, you will have to rush, my friend, because if rain is on its way, you might be in for a mega lynching on the on behalf of the party of Ramen Quick Killer and Wicked Vicky. And even Shrikant Das might be back into the fore, currently driving at P8 right now. As we have a third safety car. I've barely seen racing action so far, ladies and gentlemen, to be frank, very frank. So yeah, let's just switch on to the broadcast, because I don't believe anyone would be trying to make some very clowning stuff, such as the Aston Martin, who just overtook everyone under safety car conditions and just retired. Absolute Chad move, by the way. I believe Verstappen should take that gamble, and he'll still win by 40 seconds. Anyhow, as I try to appease myself, where I was, yeah, we were recounting James Bond movies, right? So might be the time to just start to recall what were the movies at the time. So where we are, I remember Roger Moore, right? So Roger Moore was Live and Let Die. When did it come out? That was 1973. And then it was successive movies from, not successive, that was Man with the Golden Gun came out in 1974, Spy Who Loved Me 1977, Moonraker was 1979. Then For Your Eyes Only 2 years later, and then Octopussy is based in India, for that time, the 1980s, where a British movie to be set in that native, but yeah, I believe they already wanted a superior environment at the time. Octopussy 1983 final movie was A View to a Kill. That's a mega song in my opinion. And we have people who are coming down to the pits now. Shrikant Das and Deadly Mosquito will be switching on to the intermediate tires. They have seen that the conditions are changing and they won't be favoring the slick tires now. So where we were, A View to a Kill, the Living Daylights came out in 1987, right? And then followed by, I believe License to Kill is very underrated in my opinion, because of all that sand and that revenge plot. But yeah, then they just went on a hiatus, 6 years perhaps. That was GoldenEye back in 1995. GoldenEye revolutionized the game, which came out for N64. That revolutionized the entire shooter genre at the time. 1995 GoldenEye, 97 Tomorrow Never Dies, 99 was World Is Not Enough, 2002 was Tyler Ray, that was the year I was born. 2006 was Casino Royale, which is ironic because the worst James Bond movie is known to be followed up by the best James Bond movie. Quantum of Solace was 2008, Skyfall 2012, Spectre 2015, and No Time to Die 2021. And let us see which safety car, and obviously it has to be the Aston Martin, which is just trying to bunch up the pack so far. I believe it's the third time it has come out now, and we are still on lap 12. By this time, ladies and gentlemen, we are over in real life with Verstappen winning the race. Finally. I believe now the safety car would be coming in, and we have some positions which are being changed between Radha Gupta and Raman, and we switch. Let's travel on to the on-board so far. Radha Gupta has recovered to P3, but these guys are going to be, it's going to be very tough for them, because under these conditions it's very tough to make sure that your tires can maintain all that traction. Might be able to give you the advantage for say 3 or 4 laps before eventually falling off, as people who have seen F1 Manager might be able to relate. But they are now coming down to the pits as Raman is gonna bolt away from Quick Killer. My friends, these were decisions that were taken too late, but now Radha Gupta has retired. he has retired. What happened? Oh, that's unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. As he switched on to the alright, he had to switch on to the hard tires. Very bad misjudgment today on behalf of the Red Bull team. They will be going home without any points today. That is a very unfortunate set of circumstances. But yeah, as we see Quickle and Ramen just going head to head into Lake Combs. Let's see who gets the racing line as Quickler takes the outer line and gets back his lead, which he had lost when the race started. A very Jensen Button-like recovery drive from on his part today, and all he has to do is just keep that momentum going for the remaining 9 laps. Hopefully we don't have any major incidents which takes place on the track. But yeah, already the slick tires are trying to slow down some wet runners, and eventually Deadly Mosquito might be trying to take that advantage. He was a sitting duck, he was a prey, and now he's the hunter. What is it? Yeah, prey and the prey. So now as he comes over to Sector 2's right-hander, he makes the move, takes the inside line, but somehow they almost touch Martin, and he makes the move over from Srikandas, and they will now bolt away from the Williams. And now let us see what's going on with Noble Carter. Still 2 seconds gap, so Purple Deep might try to make sure that you come into the pits, my friends. 11 laps tires, and oh well, he has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. The soft tires have lost all the grip in the world, and it won't be helping in my case. And Noble Carter now overtakes him. Let us see where Sid Venkatesh is in all this. He's off by 5 seconds, but it's a lost cause for the Haas team so far, ladies and gentlemen, as Jishnu has come into the pits. The Alpine saw reason and decided it wasn't worth it to take that gamble and lose all those positions. Now it's a matter of recovery drive for him, off by 19 seconds from the main time. But yeah, today has been a lot of strategic blunders on my behalf. Almost half of the field has retired today, ladies and gentlemen, and now only leaves Srikandas, the Williams, who was leading at one point, sitting duck in the upcoming laps. Purple Deep has switched on to mediums, and let us see what the Williams can do so far. Ramen is now trying to hunt down Vicky. All parties have switched on to the intermediate tires, with the exception of the Williams. But yeah, man, that was just unfortunate for Radha Gupta. He had to retire, but we always live to see another day. But I'm very disappointed that, for a race that was supposed to see a particular status quo getting changed, we are right back to square one with the Mercedes now bolting away because Wicket Vicky has a time penalty. It won't be helping matters. So, and I don't think he would relinquish his position for P3. For P2, in my opinion, Ramen might be in the hunt for the win if he can just pass Wicket Vicky right now, but seems pretty unlikely so far. 6 tenths between them, ladies and gentlemen. Deadly Mosquito is off by 10 seconds, full seconds. Noble Carter and Srikandas is starting to feel like the setting duck so far, having a lot of trouble maintaining traction over these conditions. And yeah, man, that is not helping their cases, ladies and gentlemen. Very unfortunate for some of the players so far. Now Wicket Vicky has received a 3-second time penalty. I think it's an additional 3-second time penalty. Let us see. Yeah, over 6 seconds, so Ramen will be getting P2, and if he can maintain a gap, he can close the gap with Quick Killer, might try to challenge for the win, but I think P2 is in the bag so far. He can keep this up. 7 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, and already a huge race with a lot of controversy happening on track, off track, and everywhere all around. But yeah, you get to be educated about all the James Bond movies because somehow the Bond fan is still alive. Are we having some kind of a battle so far? I don't see. But Wicket Vicky will be the driver today, has recovered from P70 to P2. 15 positions gained, ladies and gentlemen, over the course of the 15 laps around Spa. As Jishnu will be compensated for the fastest lap as he makes the move over Sid Venkatesh. Ah man, today is just perfect. It's going exactly where it wanted to go in terms of entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully people might see this race replay as now the Ferrari overtakes the to Williams, but I don't know, man. Someone needs to communicate to the Williams in that, usually when a small raindrops start to drop and the track becomes a little bit shiny, you have to switch on to the green tires, the intermediate tires. But now, as the Williams will be soon finding out, how maintaining that traction is just too hard today, my friend, and you'll have to come into the pits anyways. But now, fun fact is that every person will be getting compensated in terms of World Championship points in our league today, because we only have repeat drivers who are driving from P1 to P10, and now McLaren takes the advantage, and we have some positions getting switched. Okay, Wicked Vicky has now come into the pits again and has received another 5-second time penalty and has retired. Sad day. He was on for the podium, but I think his main purpose was to ensure that Raman doesn't get the top of him. He has successfully defended so far that it has almost guaranteed Quick Killer the win today. 7 seconds gap and increasing, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it's a very lost cause, as Shrikant Das has opened his third eye and has realized that he has to pit on the intermediate tires now. Pretty controversial race, a pretty poor decision making on behalf of some of the drivers today, ladies and gentlemen, but well, now everyone would get at least 2 points today, ladies and gentlemen, as now Shrikant Das has come into the pits, changes on to the intermediate tires, might try to catch Pravaldeep, who knows, already has a time penalty to serve, but I don't think, I think now we can just settle down, grab your popcorns, because we might not have a battle anytime soon now at this point. Ah man, that was pretty intense, I believe. We have 5 stops. The Alpine had tried to pull a junction button in Canada 2011 move, has recovered to P5 with 5 stops overall. Good for him. He took advantage of all the opportunities that were given to him. Let us see how many positions he gained over the course of the race. That is what I'm interested in. Come on. Yeah, 8 okay, 2 positions, and Deadly Mosquito has got 8 positions. So yeah, the driver of the day trophy would be going down to Deadly Mosquito. In that case, 8 positions gained, Raman 6 positions. But really ugly business which unfolded today over Spa here. As every party has just switched on to the intermediate tires, it might be possible that with the amount of with a 2 laps newer buffer, Shrikant Das might be able to catch up to the Haas of Prabaldeep, might try to get within 3 seconds to get P8 instead of P9. It's only 6 laps to go. Let us see if that gap can come down, but I don't think that Raman has now got any answer to Quick Killer. Quick Killer has simply just, yet again he may have lucked out, but it's always also, it's not the car, it's not the luck, it's also the driver who makes these calls. A good day for Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team, ladies and gentlemen, today. Their quote-unquote second win, if that might count, and we have a 3-second time penalty being handed down to Prometheus. That would come into effect, my friend, as if Prabaldeep can catch up by 13 seconds. I don't think that might be totally viable at this point. It's very likely Shrikant Das might try to usurp the Haas's position so far. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, apart from Mercedes, every team is now running a singular driver. So yeah, in terms of constructor points, the Mercedes has lucked out right now. Ah man, that has all that racing action today, and I'm just out of breath right now. But was it there? I have no idea, to be honest, at this point. But now I don't think we might be getting in for a massive battle. But yeah, I think Jishnu is catching up to the Mercedes. The gap has come down to massively. I think there might have been a small scuffle, but now Jeshnu will be trying to make a move on Deadly Mosquito's Mercedes so far. Already a pretty decent day for the Mercedes team, but yeah, Alpine might try to ruin the party a little bit. A small change of positions won't obviously hurt, but are we looking at yet another incident, ladies and gentlemen? It has been very prevalent over the course of this race. Jeshnu is going to close that gap and gets ahead. The Mercedes just relinquishes his position without a fight, but he is still trying to see if he can make a move in terms of, let us see if they have any kind of ERS charge left. Jeshnu and both of them are running on similar charge right now, so Deadly Mosquito might bide his time, try to ensure that he can make a gap. But yeah, I believe the Alpine had enough pace to create a massive distance between himself and the Mercedes, almost 2 seconds. Yeah, and now 2 seconds for Deadly Mosquito to catch up, but he is just lacking pace right now as he turns on his ERS charge. Something had went down massively bad for the Mercedes, I believe, to give so many positions in just a couple of corners is pretty followable, I believe, if that's the right word. But yeah, current Mercedes points tally has dropped down a little bit, P1 to P5 now. But now it's a Mercedes sandwich with Alfa Romeo, Alfa Tauri, Aston Martin and the Alpine between them. But will Deadly Mosquito be losing any more position? I don't think so. Shrikant Das has now brought the gap massively down between himself and Prabhaldeep is now in danger of losing that position, if that might not already be a possibility at this point. Has only 3 laps to go already. They all goes onto the gravel a little bit, and that won't be helping my friends. Sometimes you have to watch a racing line instead of the car, because I have seen, even I have played a lot of multiplayer sessions, and if you're just blindly following the car in front of you, chances are if they mess up, then you'll also mess up. And there's a crash. Oh, they had massive contact, and Srikantas has gone down massively wide here as he comes back on the track with no repercussions at all, thank God. But yeah, that bust off chicane is proving to be a massive danger zone for all these drivers today, ladies and gentlemen, as Prabhaldeep again tries to maintain that gap. But yeah, I don't think it would be helping him in the long run as ERS goes on full charge, as Srikantas tries to capture the house of Prabhaldeep. And yeah, it would be a good compensation for someone who was losing. But yeah, oh man, lost traction almost, going over from Gladden onto Uderouge, and again that small gap is coming up. But even now Prabhaldeep is very aware whom he is up against. Might try to goad him into a mistake, maybe. That is entirely possible, as they go over sector 2, crosses Lecombs pretty safely. I think if no driver is taking any liberties at this point. This is the battle for P8, ladies and gentlemen, as he takes the inside line and makes the conversion. And yeah, the full car length distance ahead of him. So yeah, Prabhaldeep, you tried to, alright, you have a sufficient ERS charge right now. Might try to ensure that you can take that advantage. As now, Shrikant Das will be coming under fire soon on behalf of the Haas. And he even tapped that the Prabhaldeep is racing on 2 lap older tires. But yeah, already a massive gap starting to develop between himself and Shrikant Das right now. 1.7 seconds and increasing, but lots of ERS advantage, around 40%. Let us see if he can put it to good use. Sid Venkatesh, I believe, has a free pit stop right now. Might try to play some kind of a gamble, like Ferrari did again back in 2022 with Charles Leclerc pitting in the end, but got a time penalty for speeding a little in the pit lane, trying to overtake Alonso. But yeah, that didn't work out. But yeah, anyway, it's up to him if he can make such a move, but I don't think he would be. Now Quick Killer has bolted out, and ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's anything that the AlphaTauri can do. Noble Carter currently trailing behind by 3 seconds, 4 seconds behind after Jishnu being followed by Deadly Mosquito 10 seconds away. He just overtook you just like a lap ago, and already that gap has gone to double digits. Venkatesh, Prometheus cannot make a mistake because now Srikantas is going for a double gamble, ladies and gentlemen. Was challenge probably for P8 and has closed the gap to P7. Now the McLarens are already having the brightest of days, but now it is gonna get even worse for them because I believe the odds are against these guys right now. It's 3 laps older intermediate tires, with Srikantas having a lot of pace on the side, and it almost went on over the curb and almost made the car go spinning all over that track, Srikantas, and he's taking a lot of gamble. But I think with only a singular lap to go, might be time enough to ensure that you can make the move, as we can clearly see that the McLaren is charging over. Already has a lot of charge, so might be able to put a good enough defense against the Williams. Alright, it might be just the beeping, just to see the visibility of the car in front of you. And now Srikantas has got a time, just brilliant, in my opinion. That was unnecessary, Shrigan, but yeah, you can still manage to cover that gap. Obviously, it won't be hurting you, but it still might. But if the McLaren can just hold on to you for 3 seconds, might be in for a rough ride. And now he has made a transition against Prometheus. He had saved up his ERS charge. As they go down to Yurush and rattle on, make sure that you keep your traction, gentlemen, as turn on the ERS charge and make the move successfully. As they goes turn tire by tire, straight racing action. Yeah, that's some clean racing action in my opinion. Something that may have been, hugely been lacking today in today's race. Yeah, I know. As ladies and gentlemen, we start our final lap. Victor has bolted down to victory yet again. Good for him, to be frank with you. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that with all the drama that unfolded over the initial stages, we didn't have a new winner, and it's kind of becoming a very monotone. But yet I am happy that for all the jinxing that I inherently do about with the Mercedes AMG team, at least one day it turns out to get a very favorable result, thanks to Quickaloop and his teammate Deadly Mosquito, the only drivers who are running the only team running both of the cars today, and seemingly luck has turned out to be very good for them. Didn't manage to get into some kind of a calamity except the opening stages, but recovered well enough with a very good strategy. But now we are all eyes go down to Prometheus Srikantas, and I believe Srikantas has made that gap appear. He has made the transition and now currently sits at P7. If he can get away a little over 4 tenths now to ensure that he retains P7 with his 3-second time penalty. But yeah, it's a huge problem which is going down, and now Prometheus has received an additional 3-second time penalty, and that essentially takes him out of the fight for P7 now, as all the drivers are smooth sailing so far. And now we wait as Quickler comes around to the final corner. He has made lemons out of lemonades, and as he comes down the bus stop chicane and bolts onto the finish line, Quickler wins the Belgian Grand Prix in massive fashion as he spins and starts celebrating just now. That's fun. Good for you, Quickler, my friend. Our second position goes to Ramin, the AlphaTauri being very glorified in this league, followed by New Garter 3 seconds behind. That's a good podium in my opinion. Jishnu finally comes around the Alpine with his massive strategy today, P4. Deadly Mosquito could have tried to defend, but yeah, ultimately not his day, as we get a race control option by for regarding DRS, as he comes across to P5. And finally, So bad for today, my Tifosi fans. Ferrari could have had a shot to win today's race, but ultimately it didn't just work out that day, as we'll have to wait for quite a while for our next runner. Here at P7, Shrikant Das made a huge delay while changing to intermediate tires, but comes around and claims P7. That's some kind of compensation. Well, in real life, good result for. Alright, Shrikant Das, what are you doing? And alright, I think he'll retain his position as Prabhaldeep crosses the line. Ah man, it would have been very fun if he just got stuck there for quite a while there, but yeah, P7 for the Williams today, ladies and gentlemen. As we bring a round of close to Belgian Grand Prix and out of today's Chishnu. Well, that's for the AI to decide. Wicket Wiki was having a good recovery drive in my opinion, but ultimately didn't pan out for him today. As our drivers come around on the podium, the Mercedes having taken a magnificent win in this modern generation of F1 cars. Oh, the character pretty much looks like Lewis Hamilton with proper grown hair. I don't know. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's me, Arvind, signing off, and see you next time on JKG.